What is up, guys? Before we start the video, I just want to let you all know that we set ourselves up a second account on Minecraft for a spectator so we can do time lapses in the future, so look forward to that in the upcoming episodes. What is up, guys? Welcome back to Prime Survival. Last episode, we finally built ourselves a house and we went a little bigger than what we probably should have. We ended up with almost a mansion here. I think we can call this a mansion. It's quite large. We built ourselves a Japanese-style, oriental kind of chalet is what I was going for. It ended up being a little bit big, but today what we're going to do is we're going to do two things. One, we're going to decorate the inside of this place, and two, we're going to set up some storage in here and finally move all of our junk from the village over into here. So we can see we've done something little in here so far. We've just put a little bit of a table here with some wool carpet on the ground to kind of sit on, and we took some of these, what are these things called? I forget what they're actually called. Some of these sea pickles from the villages. I saw them in the village and I thought, okay, these could make actual good cups. And then I got some, what are these things called? The flower pots, which also kind of look like just big cups. So I put them there as well to kind of serve the same purpose. So I thought that was pretty cool. Put some wool carpet in the middle here too. If you guys have any other ideas of cool things we could put on the table, let me know. That would be great. It's almost nighttime here, so I'm actually going to sleep here in a minute. But what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and grab some lanterns. You can see I put some barrels at the bottom of these pillars here because I thought they looked cool. I was inspired to do that by a picture I saw. And we're going to go ahead and sleep here. And we'll make a couple more barrels because we're actually going to complete the rest of the pillars around the outside with barrels as well. So if I can make some of them here real quick. I'm running pretty low on wood. Do I have any more wood in here? I don't think I have much more. I got a couple dark oak. Okay, we got some dark oak logs as well. So that's pretty good. We actually should be able to make a couple here. Now we got planks as well. So to make a barrel, you simply just take a bunch of planks like so, and then you put slabs on the top and the bottom in the middle, and you can make a bunch of barrels that way. Let's see how many we can actually make here. Not going to be able to make too many, it seems. But what we can do is we can make just a couple more planks here and just make sure that we get enough barrels to do the entire outside of our little mansion chalet thing here. There we go. Alright, that should be good. 12 should be good. Let's go ahead and throw these on real fast first. Actually, I can get rid of this dirt pile too now, can't I? Let's go ahead and get rid of that. Alright, so let's break this. Now, if you remember from our previous episode when we were actually building this place, we had a random villager that was just kind of wandering around outside the village. I don't know how he got out, but he did. He seemed to be kind of attracted to the bed that we put down so we could sleep every time it was nighttime outside the front of the mansion there. And if you're not aware, barrels are actually a workstation for fishermen villages. So he actually tied himself to one of these barrels, and he's now a fisherman. So I don't know what his deal is, but we're going to go ahead and just leave him. If he survives outside of our mansion, or chalet, I'm going to keep calling it, I think, for any extended period of time, then good for him. But if you guys wanted to take a quick look at the front of the mansion before I take down this dirt pile, this is what we're working with. We'll try and add a few little extra things to the outside to make it look a bit prettier, but we'll see how we go. Let's go ahead and get rid of this now that we no longer need it to look at our mansion. And yeah, we're going to continue with our inside decorating. So we put a couple barrels here with some dark oak leaves on top of them to kind of, yeah, I think that looked kind of cool, so I did that anyway. We're probably going to have to decorate a little bit around the outside here because I left a gap in the fence here so you can see through here, but it's kind of bare as it stands right now. We want to put a little bit out here. You got anything useful for us, fellow? Melon seeds, mushroom seeds? No, nothing like that. I really love some cacao seeds or cocoa seeds or whatever they're called for some brown dye. That would be really good because I haven't got any of that kind of stuff yet. But what we're going to do before we start going a little bit crazy on the interior is we're going to collect a few things inside the village because there's some fun things that we could actually do. The first thing we're going to get is some lanterns because I think lanterns will definitely suit this build. And I got a whole bunch of them. I got more than a stack. I also got some birch doors, some extra birch trap doors that I made. We have a bell that I could actually put in there as well. I don't know if that'll actually suit in any way in any place. Not that I can really think of. We'll take a little bit of glass over with us, just in case we find a use for that. Let's see, is there anything else in here that may be useful to us? I don't think so. We could maybe use iron bars potentially, just to not as iron bars themselves, but as something else potentially. But we'll see. We'll come back here if we need anything else. Is there anything else in these chests that sticks out to me as something that could potentially be good for a decoration? I don't think so. What about in here? We could throw in some different blocks and things like that. Anything in here? We could take our music disc with us. We'll move most of this stuff over when we go and move all of our storage over into there. Nether brick fence. Yeah, nothing really here is standing out to me. Do we have any flowers in here from earlier? No, we do have our lodestone. We could take that with us and explain. No, we'll leave that for another episode. What we're going to do is actually we'll grab a couple more emeralds here. And what have we got? Is there anything in here that we actually don't need on us right now? Because I have a kind of struggling for storage space as it stands right now. Let's go ahead and do that. We got some extra bone blocks. Now let's just take another stack of emeralds with us, and we're gonna see if we can't find our cartographer villagers, because they sell something that might actually be kind of useful to give our build a couple extra style points. So where are they? Here they are. They're both up in here. All right. So we got orange banners and banner patterns. Now item frames also might be useful to us soon. This guy seems to have reset. I thought I leveled you. Maybe there's a third one now in the village somehow, or maybe the old one died somehow. I don't know. He's gone missing though. But we really want these banners, but we don't want orange ones. So maybe we'll come back a little bit later in the video and we'll suss this a little bit more. But let's go over. Do you guys have anything other than glass? You have clocks. I could throw one of them up on the wall somewhere, I suppose. Other than that, there's nothing really too useful. Let's go ahead and take what we've got over and see if we can't do anything interesting with what we've got so far. Alrighty, so the first idea that I had was actually to use the birch doors to kind of create partitions. If you haven't seen any kind of Japanese style, how do I say, interior decoration before, they kind of have these weird, like, bamboo paper partitions in some places, and I think it looks really, really cool. So I think it's bamboo paper, something. I don't know what kind of paper it is or what the deal is with it, but it looks very similar to what we're doing here with the birch when I actually get it set up. So let's go ahead and raise all of this, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to actually get some dirt or something as a temporary block here, because I can't actually place these very comfortably otherwise. And we'll try and place some. Actually, we could just do. No, we can't. We don't fit. Place all these up like this if it will let me. There we go. Okay, there we go. We're coming along now. Great. All right, and we'll stand all of these up as well, and that creates kind of a partition across the room like so. And what we could do is we could actually mix in maybe some kind of other. Yeah, nah, I kind of like that as it is, to be honest. We could kind of mix in something else to make it look as though it slides, maybe, because they are usually on sliders. But what we will do here is we'll actually put some up along here as well, because we don't want it to. We want it to look as though it's covering this whole area as well along the stairs. So can I get up on here? There we go. Oops, didn't mean to do that extra one. Can I get another one on there? No, not quite. Can I? There we go. I did it. Great. All right, we'll flop them up too. Okay, so that looks kind of cool. I like that. We have kind of this separation now. Now, I could do it just too high, and we could see what that looks like. But I think I like the 3 height here, because it's kind of separating the whole room then that way, which is kind of cool. We could also do another sort of small partition across here, potentially. But there's no real need. I think this kind of segregates this whole area into kind of a dining / loungy kind of area. Let's go ahead and put 3 more here, like so that covered up there. I like that. I think this looks pretty good. What I could do is I could take some dark oak slabs and just kind of fill in this space, something like that, so it's all the way to the roof. but I'm actually quite low on slabs here. So I could do something like that and fill it in, and then it will kind of line in with everything else. But do I want to do something like that? Potentially, but I'm not too sure. Nah, I don't think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to take that out, and I'll have a think about it and see if I don't want to change a little bit later on. There we go. So yeah, I kind of like that partition. Let me know what you guys think. I could go ahead and cover like the whole side here, or I could do something like this. So I could actually do something like that and make it look as though it's sliding across in a weird way, and then we can still get through there, of course, but it's all completely like private almost, and you can only get through with this little area like so. And it kind of makes it look as though this portion can actually slide over in front of this one, and this part can slide, and so on and so forth. So, actually, I think, I mean, if I do that, I'm going to have to put some decorations in this area, because it's going to be kind of bland otherwise. So, we could potentially do that, but for the time being, I'm going to leave these ones down and see if we can't use them a little bit elsewhere. So, how do we want to do this? We're going to put some more decorations down here nevertheless, so I'm going to go ahead and pick up some more of these slabs that kind of popped their way up here. And I had a couple other ideas of stuff that we can do. I need a couple more slabs here real quick. So 6 slabs should be enough for what I want to do here. And we want some flowers. What flowers would be best? Ideally, I want something actually just kind of green, like white or green potentially. So maybe the sunflowers there, or whatever those are. Dandies, I don't actually know what they are. Let's go ahead and sleep here and get the night away, because we don't want any creepers sneaking up on us while we're trying to do this. So there we go, nice and safe. We'll grab a couple flowers, because we're going to put some in our flower pots as decorations. And the only real options around us are pretty limited. We could take some red ones, actually. Some red flowers would look pretty good. And do we have one more white flower? Maybe white and red. Is this the same guy as before? Yep. Disappointing. Actually, he does have an orange tulip, which might look good. So, let's take that. Works out. Alright, let's head inside here, and we're going to try doing a kind of bench top that kind of curves around like so. It's not really a bench top, it's more like a display, and we can go ahead and put, I'm completely out of space in my inventory here. Let's go ahead and put these like so. Oh, okay, can't put one on that one, obviously. Come on, you should know better. And we'll put one up there, and then we can go ahead and put our Oxeye Daisy is what that is actually called in that one, and we can put our Poppy in that one. And that doesn't look half bad. We could, yeah, look, it's not terrible. It might look better in that corner though, because I can, not necessarily connect it directly up. So let's move it over to that corner where there's a little bit more space and see if it doesn't look a little bit better. So what I can do, I'll take our slabs here, and I'll start on this one and go up one there, and then we'll go one there, and then one last one there, and then we'll put our let's do this. We'll put our pot there and our pot up there. Poppy can go up there, and our Daisy can go down here. Yeah, that doesn't look half bad. I actually don't half mind that. We can actually take one more plank and do kind of like another random one up there, or potentially in the corner back here maybe, like so, and then do like this and this maybe, and then put another pot up on. Can I wait? Oh, I can't put it on that one, can I? Of course. How do we want to do this? I don't want to put it up there because it's actually going to clip through and it might not even fit. So I'm trying to do some kind of abstract situation here. I don't know how to kind of describe it. Let's try this. What if I do that and then kind of that? And then I put, no, that doesn't look good. Come on. What are we doing? We'll put that one like that, put one like there, and then we'll do one and then two like so maybe. And yeah, that doesn't look half bad. It doesn't look amazing, but I think I'll settle for it for the time. Maybe, actually, what if we just get rid of these ones and just do it like that? I think that definitely looks better. We could actually put one there maybe, and then one here, and then that's our little, does that look better, or do we prefer it with just the 3 in the center there? I think we do, because then it kind of gives this white border to frame it all. I think that looks better. I think I'm kind of into that. Yeah, we'll stick with that for the time being. So that's pretty cool. All right, so let's see if we can't find a way to kind of put these lanterns onto our build, because as it stands right now, we need to get some lighting in here because we want to actually safeguard all of our we want to actually safeguard our house, so we need to put lanterns in the area. Otherwise, we're going to end up with a lot of bad monsters spawning all over the place. So we can actually do the obvious and kind of just put lanterns in the area and try and put them in decent spots, I guess. But the trouble is I just did a very very messy placement purposefully, because like there's 4 spaces here, 5 if you count that one, 5 spaces there, 4 spaces there, and then 5 spaces there. It's not very even, and I did that on purpose because I thought it would look really good, and it definitely does look very good. But when it comes to placing things like lanterns and stuff evenly and nicely, it can be a little bit messy. But what we can do is we can actually take some dark oak fencing, and we could do something like this. We could place a bit there, and then we place a torch underneath it like so. And we can do this actually the entire way around. So we could just place little bits like that, and then a lantern under every single one like so. So I think I'm going to do that and see what it looks like. Alright, so we covered the entire outside with some lanterns, and I actually think it looks pretty good. And lanterns are actually a pretty great source of light. They actually give more light radius than torches by actually 2 blocks, so that's pretty good. And we should be able to, no problem, go ahead and remove all of these torches now. The only trouble is there won't be any kind of lit area on the immediate outside of our house. So like out here is not going to be very lit unless we do something about that. But we can work on that in a moment here. We could go ahead and actually put some more lanterns around the outside of the home. But I kind of like these ones, and I don't want to go too over the top with lanterns. But what we could do is we could actually hide a couple kind of in the back here, just so we get a little bit more lighting out the front. So we could throw, the odd lantern up the front, or we could hide a bunch kind of up here in the rafters, or maybe just put ones all along here like that to keep it all lit. I don't think that looks half bad. It's not on the same level as the rest of these lanterns though. So we could potentially move all of these lanterns up one, and then that would actually match a bit better, so they would look like this, and that could look actually a little bit better. So we may actually do that, because that'll be a bit more consistent with our lighting then. So I'll be right back. I'm going to go ahead and fix all of these lanterns and move them up slightly higher, just to get it all looking a little bit nicer. Alright, so we moved all of the lanterns up one more, and I think it actually looks a little bit better. So what I'm going to go ahead and do now is I'm going to go ahead and place a bunch of lanterns around the outside like this, just to make sure everything's nice and lit all the way around. Alright, now we've thrown a whole bunch of lanterns all the way around the outside of the first story of our house here. It looks pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that, and that should provide a decent bit of lighting. But now we have to figure out how we want to light the actual internal part of our house. And there are some easy options. We can just go ahead and throw lanterns down in certain areas, but ideally we want to kind of hang them off the roof or something like that. But the trouble is with that is we've done slabs for all of our roofing to show the kind of wooden beam below them. So we have a couple options here, and that is to just kind of place them in the kind of general area so that we can kind of see around, or we can try and do something similar to what we did outside with our fencing and try and do some kind of thing to hang them off of. But the trouble is with the indoors here is there's not a whole lot of space, so it'll kind of end up looking a little bit scuffed, and they kind of hang a little bit too close to the ground in my opinion. What do you guys think? If you guys think that I should try to do something like this, and hang them kind of just close to the ground like that, we may go ahead and do something. But we could also just kind of plonk them on the ground like this. It does look a little bit messy, but because they're lanterns, we don't actually need too many of them in the area because they have such an amazing light source. And we can actually try and hide them in certain places, like this one here, for example. We could place a thingo there and then just take some more of our birch trapdoors and kind of just surround it like this, and then you won't even see it. And we could just place one more like that. No, that's not the one I was trying to do. We could do one like this, and I can't place the trapdoor the way I want to. There we go. I was doing it the most complicated way possible. And we could have something kind of like that. Or we could just place a simple block around it with regular like some different kind of trapdoors. So like, do we have any... yeah, there we go. We got some dark oak trapdoors on it, so we can try with that as well. We could just do like a simple box around it like that, and whoops, and yeah, that kind of just looks like a chocolate block because of the because of the dark oak things themselves. But there are options for when it comes to hiding. But the good thing is with lanterns, at least, is they do make sense in terms of our decor, because lanterns are pretty commonly used in Japanese culture. Now, when it comes to a space like this, when we have a super high pillar, we can actually go ahead and place a piece of fence up there like that. And it actually makes sense for it to be up there, because on this level, yes, it will look kind of low, but we know that it's actually going to hang down quite far here, so it actually doesn't look half bad. For now, what we're going to do is we're just going to put a few random lanterns in different places to kind of protect the area. We don't want there to be anything able to spawn in here. And the way we can check that, just to know for certain that every single space in our house is unspawnable for monsters, we can go ahead and press our cheat sheet here. And there's a certain specific spot on this cheat sheet where we can see the light level. And our light level, even in the dark areas here, we can see on the left-hand side, we see client light. And it's 10 to 12 pretty much everywhere. And I believe it has to drop below 7, or it's either 7 or 7 and below, or below 7. So basically, if you try to stay above 8, you'll be good no matter what. That's usually the rule I like to follow. So we can see this little spot here. If I bash out some torches, it's currently a light level of 5 and 6. So most likely mobs would be able to spawn in this little spot here if I was to keep it unlit. Alright, now what we're actually going to do on this level, since we have the one above the stairs, is we're actually just going to go ahead and place some fence pieces on these parts. And we'll use some lanterns, despite them hanging kind of close to the ground. I'm not sure I like the way that it looks, but what I'll do is I'll place it there, see what you guys think, tell me what you think. Are they hanging too low? Should I try and put them a little bit higher, maybe extend the ceilings a little bit? What do you think we should do? Let me know what your opinion is, and this should be more than enough light. Let's see what the middle is here. The middle is a 7, so that is potentially dangerous. If I'm actually wrong about this part, I'll put it up on screen for you guys here. I'm pretty sure that 7 and below can actually spawn mobs, so we really want a lantern here for the time being until we figure out something to do with this space itself. But I don't half mind what we've done here with the hanging lanterns. It looks okay for this part here. It's a bit kind of weird because we want to put like one... no, actually, that's going to be too high even there. We'd have to put one like here to make it look and make sense, like that. Actually, I've just thought of something extremely genius, I think. Now, as long as this doesn't show... Yeah, see, this part here, this doesn't show outside. It does, but at the same time, it doesn't. So I can actually go ahead and place lanterns like that. Now, how much of this around here is actually going to show outside? It all kind of does, but it's actually going to light outside, and you shouldn't be able to directly see any of that. So this actually might not look half bad if I just kind of throw lanterns out here like this. I could also just straight up put an extra block out there and just kind of fill it in, so it definitely can't be seen from outside. And we could do that with either a plank, or we could just put a log there. So we could go ahead and do this. Let's just take logs, and we'll do this. Put a log like that, and that completely blocks that. It looks nice from the inside. It'll look no different from the outside. And there we go. And we put a lantern like that. Put a log there, a lantern like that. Log there, lantern like that. Actually, I quite like this. Alright, I think this is going to be pretty good. Now, obviously, we can only really do this on this level because the roof that kind of overhangs over here kind of blocks that from the outside. Otherwise, that would look potentially really bad from the outside, obviously, because there'd just be random things hanging out, random bits of log. But at this level, it actually is no problem whatsoever. And that one actually looks quite good there. I'm pretty happy with that. They're kind of indented into the wall. They're all at the same level. They're not obstructing anything. And the light level in here is pretty good as well. So what else we're going to do here is we're going to actually fix the stairs here. So let's go ahead and play. Do we have a crafting table? I thought we had a crafting table. Apparently not. Let me go ahead and make one here and throw that on the ground in the center of the room here. And we can go ahead and make a couple extra stone slabs, dark oak slabs here. And we'll take some slabs and some planks, and we'll actually fill in the rest of these stairs here. So let's go ahead and do that, put that one in there, that one in there, and then we'll fill these ones in with slabs, and then we'll probably have to do some kind of, what we could actually do is we could take this middle one out and put a lantern there, potentially. No, that looks kind of scuffed. I'm not sure I like that. Yeah, I don't like that. I'm going to go ahead and remove this bad boy. And we'll put that plank back in there, and we can just go ahead and do something a little dodge and just plonk one here, I guess, for the time being. Or we could actually hang one there and see. Let's see how much that actually lights. It doesn't light too much out here, but we have a light level of 8, 9. 8 is the lowest kind of here, so that should be no problem whatsoever. Let's take up our crafting table. We'll try and think of something to put on this floor. I can obviously partition a bunch of it off with our birch trapdoors. But as it stands right now, I can't really think of anything to decorate the room with, other than potentially putting a big fancy bedroom in here or something along those lines. So let me know what you guys think, and if I don't come up with something by the end of the episode, we'll potentially put some of those things in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to throw a lantern in the back of here, because I don't want any of that spawning me mobs, and I'm not sure what I'm going to put back here just yet, but for the time being, it can just stay nice and lit back there. Now, for the torches in this area, we could go ahead and do something similar where we dig out parts of the what do you call it, the foundation here. But this room is a bit particular because we have some weird little we have some weird spots, because we can't remove any of this white because it's kind of showing through the front here as this kind of white line. And yeah, it's going to be tough to light this without it looking kind of just bad. We could put lanterns, in there like that, or we could even do something a bit more like this, and we could put lantern like that. Nah, I don't want to do that, because most likely we're going to be using this floor for our storage. So we're going to have chests, like chests in here, chests in there, or chests potentially sideways into these at some point. So we need to kind of have the lanterns in a place where it's not going to be obstructing us too much. We're actually going to leave a crafting table in the middle here, and we'll just throw a lantern on that, and we should be able to lift up most of these. But we'll try and put some lanterns down before we mess with any of that. Now, what we could actually do is, instead of having planks on this floor like we have right now, is we could actually try and raise the floor one level and then put lanterns on the ceiling a bit higher up. So you can see we can't really put lanterns here because it's actually a bit too low. It's slightly too high, slightly too low, depending on your point of view. But what we could do is raise the floor an entire level, and then we'd be able to place them absolutely no problem. The trouble is it might look a little bit scuffed if we do raise it that whole level because of how it's kind of laid out. So what we'll have to do is, I think that's what we're going to do, because we don't really need a whole lot of space up here, so it wouldn't hurt for us to have an extra whole level up here. So let me check something real quick. If I place a plank here, for example, and then break the bottom one. Is it going to break all of it? No. And then that will allow us to place lanterns like that if we want to. So I'm going to go ahead and slab this whole second story, and we should be able to raise it all one full level. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. Alright, so we're up on the last level, and you'll notice that it's a bit dark up here right now. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to light a fair bit of this up with some torches, and I figured since it's actually pretty dark and dreary looking up here, it actually won't look too bad if we actually do light this up with literal torches, because it is pretty grungy looking up here. So we're just going to go ahead and light this up with a bunch of torches like so. And yeah, that's an unfortunate little gap. Let's go ahead and put one there, and then one more there, and that'll be even. There we go. Alright, so skip one, put one there, skip one, put one there, skip one, put one there, skip one, put one there. And this room should be nice and lit up. We'll go ahead and put a couple more torches just like up here like that. And maybe one more there. Nope, that's not going to work. And we'll put one more here and one more here, and then on the same on this side, one there, and then one there, one there. All right. It's not the... Oh, I forgot we had a little bit of dirt here from when we built the house. All right, that's fine. So this is looking okay. It's a little bit uneven on the roof, so I'm actually going to go ahead and dig the... Oops, not that one. These four out, I should say. Okay, we got it looking nice and even up here now. That's good. And you'll notice that from last episode, we actually put these kind of circular windows like we were talking about on the point of the roof. And we put some stained white glass behind them to get that looking nice from the outside. So we'll show you guys that perspective when we actually get out there. But this room's nice and lit. Let's go ahead and just put one lantern in the center. Oh no, we can't actually do that, of course. It's actually not going to allow us to do that, which is absolutely fine. We'll go ahead and... come back down to the floor that we're actually focusing on, and we're going to go ahead and level out this whole underside level that we were removing so that we can mess with our lanterns a bit better, and I'll be right back while we do this really quick. Shouldn't be long. Alright, now that second story bit has been completely cleared out. Now we have a few aesthetic things for us to deal with. For one, we have to go ahead and break these out because that's going to look bad. Let's break those out and replace them with some dark oak planks, like so. And the next thing we're going to have to do is we either have to dig out these parts here, like so, which I think will be absolutely fine. We can go ahead and remove all of these because they're completely unnecessary now at this point. Around the stairs here is a little bit awkward because it's going to be, yeah, you get the idea. It's a little bit weird looking, but we're going to go ahead and remove it anyway, and we'll just fix this up after the fact. Let's go ahead and get rid of all of these planks that are just here looking bad. Planks gone. Alright, so now we're kind of just left with this weird space where we don't really know how to make it look good, because we need to keep this additional line of kind of white bone because it's what's making the outside of our house look good. I'll replace that with a little bit of a pillar there. But yeah, you get the idea. We have to keep that white line. So how do we make it look good without messing with everything else too bad? And honestly, I don't know what the answer to that question is, but what we can do for an easy lighting solution is just simply place lanterns in each of these, like so. And they're all 3x3 spaces, so it actually doesn't look too bad. And yeah, look, honestly, it could be worse. It could be worse. And we actually, you know what we could do, which would actually look a little bit better, I think, is instead of placing them hanging from the roof, is actually place them sitting here. So it looks like they're just sitting on a bit of a shelf instead of hanging from the roof and then hovering very, very slightly over the ground there. I think that's actually a little bit better. So yeah, let's go ahead and remove all of these guys and replace them with a slightly better option here. Alright, now that doesn't look half bad. We're going to go ahead and remove these things we used to stand on here. We're going to jump outside and actually go to sleep because, yeah, we haven't fully lit this place up yet, and we don't want to risk any monsters spawning on us. So let's go ahead outside and sleep here. Hopefully none of them are too close. There we go, no problem. Burn up, you losers. Ha ha ha. Oh god, I deserve this. Oh no. That's what I get for talking. Why? No! It's okay, it didn't actually blow up anything other than our crafting table and some dirt here, so we got a little bit of dirt on us. Let's go ahead and feel our hole of shame. Oh gosh. Alright, well, you know what? That's kind of deserved, and he snuck right up behind me, didn't give me a chance to even react before he exploded. Oh well, it's fine. Easily fixed the problem. No big deal. And we lost a crafting table, but that's whatever. Alright, this is why we light things, guys. We want to keep everything lit so creepers don't sneak up on us in the night like that. But anyway, alright, we got a nice, this floor's nice and lit, looks pretty clean. And then we got this one, which doesn't look very clean, but it's good enough for the time being. Now let's put our F3 on here and check the lighting in the room, see if there are any 7s or below. Doesn't seem like it. Seems like we're pretty good. We'll check this back corner here. Nothing in here. Nope, that's all 13s. We're good there. Alright, awesome. So, just to show you guys here, we mentioned it earlier in the episode. If you stand on a torch, the block that it's actually on is obviously going to be the most lit, and we can see that it is a lighting source of 14. Whereas if we stand on the one with the actual lantern here, it's actually a lighting source of 15. So they are very slightly better, if even only by a little. Alrighty, so this floor is going to end up being our storage room. So we're going to go ahead and build a whole heap of chests here, because we're going to need them. We're going to be putting a whole lot of storage in this room, and this is where our main bit of storage for the rest of our playthrough is going to be, I think. I think this is what we're going to do. So the way we're going to do this is we're going to set up chests like so. And we're just going to put them all, we're going to put them all sideways like this. And this is just to kind of save space, So what we're going to do is just do like that. Actually, we might turn these ones around here a little bit so they're kind of facing away like so. I can do like that. Now, the trouble is here is I would like to put an additional layer of chests above those ones. But the real annoying thing is that these things are in our way. And there's no real solution to our problem here, because we can't do slabs and then just raise them up to put chests there, because they need to be covering the lower block. And yeah, there's literally no real solution here, other than to potentially put chests like that above there, and then put a chest like, can we put like that? We can do chests like that, right? And then we can kind of have 2 on the bottom, sideways like that, and then forward-facing ones like so. And honestly, that doesn't look half bad, so maybe we'll go with something like that. Yeah, I'm kind of into it, honestly. I think it looks pretty good. But what we're going to have to do here is we're going to have to go get ourselves a bunch more wood. So what I might do is I might go get some spruce saplings and go over to our little pit of Podzol and throw down a couple spruce trees and mine myself a whole bunch of spruce wood so I can make a ton of chests. Alrighty, so we have some spruce saplings, and we're just going to place them down in a 4 configuration like that, a little 2x2 square, and then we're going to bone meal the heck out of it and watch the magic. There we go. Oh gosh, it nearly squished me there. It actually created a really cool looking Christmas tree, kind of spruce mega tree. So we're going to go ahead and corkscrew this one out. If you guys haven't seen me do this before, the easiest way to kind of cut down these trees without any kind of hassle is to just corkscrew your way through them like this, creating yourself a sort of circular ladder as you go up until you get all the way to the top, and you'll start cutting leaves, and then you can start going back down in a kind of spinning fashion. So we'll go like this. We'll cut that one, cut this one, and then we kind of just stand in the middle, holding shift, and just spin like so, and drop all the way down, cutting all the wood as we go, and then we get to the bottom like this, and we just cut out the last little bit of the trunk base. Alright, so we've got hopefully more than enough spruce logs to cover all of our chests there. That's gonna be quite a few stacks. Holy creepers, Batman. That is a lot of creepers sitting right there on the edge of my wall. The one other thing we want to grab is a few pieces of leather out of our chest, because we're going to use those to make some item frames. Now, we're going to need a bunch of sticks here, so let's go ahead and turn this little stack into planks, and then we'll turn about this many into sticks, I think. And then we'll surround this with sticks, and that'll give us some item frames. Now, we'll go ahead and try and make as many of these as it's going to let us. Like so. There we go. All right, we can make a few more here. Let's make a couple more sticks. Doing this in the most clunky way possible. There we go. Oh, we're one stick short. Okay, that is very tragic. But we'll go ahead and put this leather back. We're going to have to farm some of our cows if we want to make some more item frames. But we'll show you what those are going to be for here in a moment. Now, the other thing we're going to make is a whole bunch of chests. So let's go ahead and turn these two whole spruce logs. Oh, that's right. We lost our crafting table. Let's make another one here real quick and plonk it out the front for our use here. And let's just throw... Oh, we got more sticks here. That's good. It's good to know. I need to remember that. Let's go ahead and put some of our dark oak trapdoors. Actually, let's just throw our emeralds in here for now. That'll give us hopefully enough space. And the bone meal can stay in there as well. Let's go ahead and turn all of these into planks. And then we're going to throw them all in the window like so. And do that. And that's going to make us 64 chests. Which is probably going to be way too many. But, oh well. We're never going to run out of chests if we do this. So this should be no problem whatsoever. Alright, let's go up here. And by the way, I'm not going to put anything in this room just yet today. I'm going to leave this open and empty. Let me know in the comments what you think I should decorate this room with. If you got some images of ways you decorated your own Oriental, Japanese, or kind of Asian style building, or you just have some kind of ideas, you want to throw something together, send me some screenshots, post them on my Discord, whatever you like, or, you know, just leave a comment and give me some ideas of what you think I might put in there. And I'll go ahead and take whatever suggestion I like the sound of, and I might actually put something together in there. But yeah, let me know, guys. Alright, so we're going to put chest like this, and then we'll put these two like this, and then we'll put 1 and 2, and 1 and 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Alright, this room is going to be pretty expansive as far as chests go here, but that's great. Alright, let's put 1, 2 like that, and this one can go 1, 2. Oh, no, we don't want that. We want that to be connected. There we go. And then we'll do 1 and 2, and then 1 and 2. And I suppose we could put some back in the corner here, or we could actually put our we could actually put an ender chest back there when we get to that, when we get another one, and put that over in the corner there potentially. I don't want to kind of block the stairs here too badly with random stuff that I want to pick up, so I think we can leave it at that for the time being. We could also do put chests all in the middle here if we really wanted to later on. But for the time being, we'll leave it like that. I think that's quite enough chests. That's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, another 8, and another 4. So yeah, that's like 20 chests we've got there so far. So that's pretty good. We could, I suppose we could go and put, you know, one more chest, a couple more chests here. It's gonna kind of get in the way of our stairs here, but it's not that big of a deal. Like, come on, guys, it's not that big of a deal. It's not that big of a deal. All right, so now what we're gonna do, before I go ahead and put more chests down and get a little bit too carried away here, we're gonna go ahead and take some of our item frames here. And what we're going to do with these is we're going to use these to kind of sort what we're doing with all of these chests. So what we're going to do is we're going to leave this middle section here for our kind of building blocks. So for example, we could do stone in this one, cobblestone in this one, dirt in like all of these 3 potentially. And we could do like wood in these ones or something. And then we could do like a whole section for nether items and such. But what we'll do to actually show what each is going to be is we'll put a chest a item frame like so in the middle there, and then we'll take, say, our dirt block, and we'll put it in the middle like that, and we can rotate it there and get it nice, and we can put it on an angle if we want, leave it however we want, and that's going to indicate that this chest is going to have dirt in it. And I can go ahead and say that these ones can all be filled with dirt as well. And then I can do another one on this one here, like so. Actually, I think I'd prefer to have it on this side. Oopsie. On this side like that. And I can go ahead and put, say, wood in there. So we can put kind of a tree on that. So like a pine tree like that, or a spruce tree, to show that, yep, all that's going to be in here is all sorts of different wood. So it'll be this one and including all of these ones as well. And we could actually go ahead and sort them in a little bit more of a complicated way. And we could also do, say we put another frame on this one, and instead of a spruce tree on it, we could go ahead and put a birch sapling on there, and then fill that chest particularly with birch saplings. But the reason I don't like to put the individual covers on these ones is because then they're a little bit hard to access, because you have to kind of click in the side here, which can be a little bit annoying. So I prefer to kind of have the one above indicating what's actually in there. So in this one we could do stone. I don't have any stone on me, but we'll fill that in later. In this one we could do our what else could we put in there? We got stone, and then we could put stone and cobblestone in this one, and then all of the stuff like andesite, diorite, and what's the other thing? The orange one that we use down here. I forget what it's called. All in that one, and then we could do all sorts of stuff here. So we could do coal in this one, and then emeralds in this one, and then suddenly this one, and this one, and this one, and we could just go crazy here. But I'm going to go ahead and do a bunch of these here, and we'll come back and show you what the end result looks like. Alrighty, so we were just kind of transferring all of our supplies from our chests in the village over to our house over here, and I ran into some raiders, so now I've got the Bad Omen debuff, which, if you guys know what that means, you know what that means. So we're going to go ahead and wrap up this episode for the time being. You can see I've put a good bit of effort into sorting out all of our stuff here. To give you guys a bit of a rundown, we've got like nether items here. This is quartz, so we can actually change that to a quartz piece later on. We got glass, wool, lighting things in here. Nothing in this chest yet. We got tools we're going to put in this one, cobblestone, regular stone stuff. We got all the different types of wood through here. And then we're going to put all the different types of saplings down here. And then in this one, we're going to put just random miscellaneous wooden items and some workbenches and different decorations. In this one, we've got gravel and flint. We got stone and sandstone and different sandstone items in there. Dirt in this chest. In this one, we've got our granite, andesite, and diorite. Then we have emeralds, which we'll eventually put in there. Diamonds will go in this one. Our gold in there. And food in this one. Then we've got all our generic mob drops sorted out, so we'll put all our ender eyes, different mob drops in different ones here. We got feathers, so it'll be like feathers from chickens and things like that. Blaze rods, then we got some lapis lazuli up in this chest. We'll put all of our redstone contraptions and dust in there. Enchantments in this chest, we've already got an efficiency 4 waiting in there. In this one, we'll most likely put leaf clippings and other greenery that we want to put in there. And then this one, I've just thrown a name tag in there, and we'll most likely just put miscellaneous stuff in that one. Now, I'm probably going to put a furnace kind of situation in the corner over here. I'll throw some more furnaces down there eventually. Let's go and put that in there. And so yeah, I'll probably fill this corner with some furnaces, and that'll be our small furnace setup in our house. I missed this one over here. This one actually is going to be a bunch of seeds, and this one here is most likely going to be produce. So things like cactus, pumpkins, melons, wheat, all that kind of stuff is going to go in here next to that. So that's what we got so far. We'll most likely put another like 9 chests here somewhere maybe. But we'll see just how much space we need and how many more chests we feel like we end up needing. So that's that so far. We haven't really done anything up in the attic yet. I threw these 2 beds down just if we want to have a sleep if we're up here and it turns to night. And we actually lit up the outside of this balcony because we have some skeletons spawning messing with us. So they were kind of just like spawning out on the balcony and then sniping us from this window here. So that was interesting. But don't forget, guys, leave a comment down below if you got any ideas of what we should do with this room. As of right now, it's probably just going to stay bare and then maybe I'll turn it into a kind of bedroom later on. Maybe we'll partition it off and create like 2 different bedrooms, like a boy and a girl bedroom or something like that. I have no idea. I really just need some good inspiration for ideas. But that's going to be it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. We didn't do too much in terms of interior decorating, but we had a little bit of fun. I'd like to kind of build a small bit of a kitchen in here eventually, but we don't really have all of the little things, dribs and drabs, that we want to dress that up with just yet. So give me some ideas down in the comments. It's all welcomed and appreciated, and who knows, maybe we'll incorporate some of your guys' ideas. But that's going to be it for this video, guys. If you enjoyed it, like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next episode of Prime Survival. Cheers, guys.